Hey Leos, how y'all doing? Welcome. We're going to be doing your month of February general overview here because your girl Lady Crow's going on vacay. So we're going to be looking at the whole month. Let's talk about your meditation. So I saw you, it should come as very little surprise. I saw the Leo collective personified as a lion. And, it was interesting because I saw this, lion walking down this golden road. And it was like gold glitter powder. And I saw the lion pick up a paw with the glitter and try to shake it off. And then pick up another paw with the glitter and kind of try to shake it off. And then moving ahead down this path, but not being able to see what was coming up down the road. Like it's was very nearsighted or something. Right? Where it just, is that the right term? Where it just couldn't see past a certain point. So then I saw the lion sit down and kind of wait to see for further instruction. And then I got the sense that actually it's about forging ahead into the unknown without knowing what lies around the river bend or the next corner, whatever have you. The shaking off aspect did feel a bit like, little annoyances or aspects. They can be either of yourself, your given circumstances, or others around you that you'd rather not take with you as you move down the road, right? I also heard all that glitters is not gold. So let's see what's going on for my Leos for the month of February. Let's see what's going on. The fact that you came up as a lion is really beautiful. It just, speaks a lot of you being in and of your sign and in that element of strength and perseverance and wisdom, right? So I can't tell you how much I love that this came up for you, the earthworm. So here's why I love this so much. So first of all, this is earth energy, you don't say. But did you know that an earthworm has 5 hearts? It's true, 5 hearts. 5 is the number of change. And I saw you venturing down this road, this very glittery, powdery road, and not knowing, kind of like this yellow here, not really being able to see what came next and being hesitant or out moving forward without being able to see, right? But if you think about it, lions aren't necessarily known for their eyesight. Not that they can't see well, but it's just not something they're known for, like a hawk or an eagle or whatever have you, or an owl, right? So I feel like the medicine here is to be the lion that you are, be of your element, right? And forge ahead into the unknown with that bravery and trust and sense of mastery, that anything and everything that comes your way is absolutely everything that you can handle and of your highest and best good, right? Trust the path that you're on, though you may not know where it will lead. Right? Or where the rest stops are. The earthworm is about brand fresh new energy. I equate this key with the Fool. And if you think about it, the Fool is all about fresh, brand new starts and taking that leap of faith, right? And it does really feel like that's in your energy right now. It really, really does. But this is like a baby skin, just brand and fresh new. You're being asked to kind of discard. Remember with the paw and shaking off the, little dust? I just feel like you're being asked to really start new and oh, look who's at the bottom. King of Wands with the lion right here. I love it. And just starting fresh new and not taking anything into the, the rest of the year, moving forward here into February that does not serve you. I feel like you're being called to kind of really take a good stock of what is working and what is not, right? Making some needed edits and cuts, okay? See what's going on for y'all for the month of February. Oh my God. Look who's at the bottom now. Strength. It's your card. Look. Oh, obsessed. Okay, so you got the Ace of Swords. I can't with this because it's just too good. This is an absolute truth. This is exactly what I said. Do you remember when I said making some edits and cuts, and then we have the biggest cutter there is, the Ace of Swords? This is making edits and cuts. This is just an absolute truth. It can be sudden in nature, where suddenly you have a realization, like a eureka moment. Either you have a dream, or it just hits you when you're doing the dishes, or whatever have you. You're like, boom. Or it's a conversation with someone, and you're like, oh my God, I realized something. I really feel like you're stepping into a place where you're being asked to really, again, make some editing cuts, not just about your given circumstance. And I do feel like for some of y'all, that's what it is. Making edits to your given circumstances, your external 3D environment, right? Because I do feel like there's some people in your energy that maybe are some hangers-ons, is that a word? That are kind of like hanging on in a way, and maybe not, it's not entirely reciprocal, or, you know, they take a little more than they give. Now, for another group of y'all, this is for you, and culling away and cutting away aspects of yourself that are no longer serving you. Your tendency for self-sabotage, for example, your tendency to be overly critical of yourself and others, your tendency to need to know what's around the other corner to enjoy the journey getting there. This is good though. This is beautiful. Really wonderful things happen after the Ace of Swords. Yes. Okay. This is going on. Oh my God, y'all. I was just talking about reciprocal relationships, and the keyword of this tagline of this key is reciprocity. Yes. So 6 of Pentacles, really stunning here. Beautiful earth energy for the earthworm that came up here. This is equal give and take, people. This is equal give and take. You are moving into a time where you are cutting away any and everything and everyone, even aspects of yourself included in that do not give as much as they receive. Period. And how you can look at this from a personal standpoint is when I do the following, am I serving my own highest and best good? And you go, no, okay, I'm going to cut that out. I resolve to do things differently because I want a different result. Again, fresh new start. Okay? You know, I'm getting this image of you dipping yourself into like this very beautiful hot spring, okay? And it's a healing hot spring, and it just washes away everything of the past and everything that you know, the disappointments or the miscalculations or the expectations. You just get completely washed clean, right? Just like the earthworm. And then I see you coming out of this hot spring and then going, okay, I'm going to be very careful about what I touch next, or who I interact with next, or where I go next, or how I act or interact with myself next, because I don't want anything on or in my energy that is of the dirt, where the earthworm comes from, right? I want to keep it clean, keep it clean, keep it clean. Feels very important, and I love it. It feels really, really good. But this is equal give and take, right? In a work context, it can also be personal context as well. You see the ocean imagery here. You know, the ocean represents the unknown. And remember, I saw that line going down the path and being asked to take that leap of faith like the fool, right? Even though you don't know what lies ahead. But you are balancing and weighing the scales and the pros and cons and going, you know, this can stay, this can go. See this fish down here that the crow is eating? Not everyone and everything is going to make the cut. And it's okay. It's like this sword cut that fish right over. I know it's a little graphic, but we are where we are, right? All right. What else is going on? Okay. Knight of Wands. Here are your fire sign selves showing up here. I like to say it. You know, I'm really drawn to the sun here. The sun. Leo energy. You guys are also equated with the sun key, no? So Knight of Wands. This is fast, forward-moving energy. Wands rule the realm of passion, desire, artistry. I want to point something out. Look at how this is storyboarding, y'all. Look at this here. Making necessary, needed, and divinely inspired cuts and edits. What is not working does not get to come along in the rest of this ride. Moving towards stability, stable foundation, relationships and aspects of yourself that are of your highest and best good, and give as much as they receive. Because this can also be with yourself as well. Balancing the scales. What stays, what goes. Not everything or everyone or every aspect of yourself will make the cut. Which allows you, do you see how this Knight of Wands, do you know that this horse, it doesn't have a saddle on, no one's riding it, the crow is flying next to it, right? There's this element of this horse is gonna move, I'm seeing Shadowfax, Gandalf's horse from Lord of the Rings. It's like the fastest moving horse there is, it's the fastest moving knight in the whole deck, and I'm getting this feeling that part of the reason behind that in this context is because there's no baggage. There's nothing weighing this horse down. And there's going to be nothing weighing you down on the other side of making these necessary edits and cuts, right? It's interesting. You go from air to earth to your own element of fire, which just is like forging ahead without a map, and I love it. Okay, clarify for Ace of Swords. And there we are. Okay, so we got the Queen of Cups here, don't you know, to clarify the Ace of Swords. So why I'm completely obsessed with this. Remember when I said that this was divinely inspired direction, inspiration moving forward? So Queen of Cups is the most intuitive queen there is. She receives a lot of intuitive information. She understands that emotions, right, are the gas that fuels our intuition. So if our emotions are askew, therefore our intuition will be askew, right? And she has trouble with this sometimes because she feels so freaking deeply that sometimes her emotions work on her as opposed to for her. I mean, it's hard out here for a Queen of Cups. Again, with this ocean imagery here, right? I am drawn to the salt water. So salt water is a cleansing agent. Salt is a cleansing agent. And remember when I said I saw you coming out of the hot spring and just not wanting anything to touch you or in your energy after that purification and cleansing process? Just saw 11:11 on the timer. Okay, so I love this because I do feel like this is saying your intuition is very much here for you, but look to your emotions to make these decisions as well. If you can balance your head, intellect, and reason with your intuition and emotions, you cannot and will not go wrong. It's like, okay, use these two factors to make the decisions, which moves you into a place of stability and fast forward movement in the, in your home element of fire. Guys, I can't. It's too good. It's too good. I like it. I like it so much. You can take your time with this, but this is really graphic what I'm about to say, and I apologize in advance, kind of. But, if you think about it, okay, I'll go with this one. I was going to make a sword analogy about beheading, but, ripping a Band-Aid off is best if you do it quickly. So don't dawdle, because I'm just drawn to that lion waiting for the next directives. Just do it and go forward and have faith, okay? Whew. Clarify to the Six of Pentacles. Oh. Okay. Y'all, I can't with this. The Lovers. To clarify the Six of Pentacles, the Lovers is choices in love. Choices. This is Gemini energy. It's the number 6 key to clarify the number 6 key, right? 6 and 6 of Pentacles, right? See, this is what it is. Choices, listen, let's talk about the Lovers. Because the Lovers is, again, what I was saying and feeling around making some needed changes, right? Out of self-love, right? But also sometimes letting people go or walking away from a job that doesn't, inspire you and fill your soul with happiness, or taking a break from a family member or a loved one, whatever that is for you, right? The Lovers is not the Two of Cups, y'all. The Lovers is not like an easy peasy, roses and rainbows and sunshine energy. It's not. It can be very intense. Choices in love. What is harder? I mean, okay, there's probably things that are harder, but in this context, this is not an easy thing. This is not it's the Lovers, good times, at the ranch. No, choices in love that involve your heart and your feeling and your emotion, that is difficult, right? But I really feel like this is coming in to say that all you really need to know and think about is look at your relationships. Look at your relationship with yourself. Right? Is it reciprocal? What are you getting out of it? Are you shorting yourself? Right? You're being asked to step into a time of high reciprocity and insistence on reciprocity in all things. Right? There's 2 red roses here. I'm just noticing this. So red rose, and then can you see that? Red roses here, which is definitely a symbol of romantic love. We are going into a Valentine's Day. I do feel like there might be some choices here, some truths revealed that kind of tug at your heartstrings, but it's about making these necessary changes. You're going to feel a whole new sense of freedom. Earthworm with the 5 hearts. It's going to just open you up and allow you to step into energies that are light of heart and airy and beautiful, because you've got the freaking 4 of Wands to celebrate the Knight of Wands. We are in a 4-year, by the way, 11-11. Didn't I say that I saw 11-11 when it came up on the timer? signs and synchronicities and fated meetings and magic and all of that good stuff. This is happy home and family. This is the happiest key in the entire minor arcana, right? The happiest being the sun, which I already mentioned. And I feel the sun all over this thing. Wasn't the sun somewhere? Oh, it's right here. Right here. Four of Wands. This is just major cause for celebration. You are literally speeding ahead into major cause for celebration after you cut whatever baggage is no longer serving you. Again, this can be about work, people around you, loved ones around you, or aspects of yourself that have been holding you back. And you're being asked to step into a place of delegation where you're going, okay, this works, this doesn't, right? But listen, is this intense? Yes. Do I feel like this is going to be something that is so more than worth it? Yes. Okay? Let's get an oracle for my beautiful lions. Remember, go with your gut to how you feel about something. I feel like, again, with this, oh my God. Wait till you see what oracle you got. I'm just drawn to the fact that the Queen of Cups is underneath supporting the Ace of Swords. And again, to that balancing the information you get and the inspiration you get with your intellect, knowledge, with your emotions and your intuition. It's like the two are feeding the other. So there's no room for doubt in a combo like this, okay? And remember, your gut is never wrong. Your gut is going to be the thing that, and your emotions are going to be the thing that leads you to this Ace of Swords moment. I don't necessarily feel like it's going to come from the intellect initially. I feel like it's the emotions and the feelings that are going to trigger this Ace of Swords knowing, okay? Yep. Lake, stillness. Let's talk about this. It's actually, I was just talking about this in the Aquarius reading. So let's look at this. So emotions, we were just talking about emotions, right? Right? Didn't I see you coming into a hot spring, dipping yourself in and coming out all clean and brand new and fresh? So a lake, let's talk. A lake that is still is murky and stinky. And sometimes you don't want to be jumping into a lake that is that still. You know that saying of still waters run deep? This is emotion. This is a lot of untapped sound and feeling and presence. Who knows what's in those waters? Now imagine a river that is continuously moving. Those waters are more apt to run clear, right? You can see what's going on in there. It's fresh. It doesn't stink because it has its own filtration system. It's going over the rocks and it's moving, right? So if these are your emotions, and remember, again, this lion is coming up for me that I saw just standing there waiting. Remember how I said ripping the Band-Aid off all at once as opposed to just like kind of delaying it or drawing it out in some way? Don't do it. Don't be the lake, be the river. Okay? But I do feel like what's going to get you to that river is really taking time to tap into your emotions and intuition that you're going to, okay, I'm getting a really funny image. Let's just go with this. I cannot remember. I feel like it's from the show Merlin. There was a show called Merlin. I think it was on the BBC and then NBC streamed it. Colin Morgan starred in that and Anthony Head. Anyway, it's the story and legend of King Arthur. And in that series, well, in the legend itself, there was the Lady of the Lake, right? If you're familiar with that mythology. And in that series, well, not just in that series, but it depicted when Arthur needed the sword of truth here, which is what this is, right? Excalibur. It came up and, arose from the lake when it was needed. This is literally how it's depicted. It rises up, the Lady of the Lake, wraps her, she keeps the sword for safekeeping, right? It literally rises out of the lake when Arthur calls for it. You have the ability to do this. The lake is representing your emotions and your intuition. Tap into that. Take some time to do it. Music can be beautifully helpful, but I'm getting nature in a huge way, especially with the earthworm. Tap into it. Call upon the sword of truth, your truth for what changes need or want to be made in your life, your highest and best good, and go get your happiness over here with the Knight of Wands and the Four of Wands. That's it. Boop. Okay? I love it, my beautiful Leos. So this was your February general reading. I so hope that this helped and resonated. If so, please do let me know in the comments below. I really live for reading your comments. It's kind of my favorite part of this whole, shebang. And I'm just wishing you so much beauty and love in the month of February. I think you're going to have some really important moments that are going to be mixed with a lot of sweetness, because I'm really drawn to this red rose. And even if that's you living your best life with a box of assorted chocolates, work, Leo, work. And with that being said, again, just thank you so much for being here. And as always, thank you for being you, and be well. Until next time.